Hey everyone, it's Minty, and this video is all about how I created a new channel banner and profile picture to improve the look of my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of months, but I've never enjoyed digital art at all, so I put it off for a long time, but something changed all of that. I got an Apple Pencil! I know, right? The best part is that it was free because it's my friend's old one that she gave to me and it still works perfectly, so thank you to my friend. And I can't stress enough how useful this thing is. I just wish it wasn't so expensive because it would be good if everyone could have access to it, but I'm sure there are some alternative brands that are cheaper. As you can see, I'm starting off with my channel banner, which is definitely my favorite one that I've ever made, and I've gone through about 3 or 4, I'm not really sure, but this is definitely my favorite. When I decided that I wanted to make one, I didn't really have any ideas, so I looked through some of my favorite YouTubers and had a look at their channel banners, and they were all quite different. I saw that a common theme though was like skies and sunsets, but then I don't think that would really suit my channel as much, and I wanted it to be unique. So what I did was lay out some of my art supplies on my bed, and I might put a picture in here because I took a photo for reference, and then I decided to draw out all of those. I did change up the composition quite a bit so that it would all look nice, and then I also made the colors a lot brighter, and I also color coordinated the swatch sheets thingies, the things that I'm coloring right now with like the purples and the blues and the squares. Yeah, those. I made them in rainbow order because in real life they're all mixed up, so I wanted it to look nice on my banner. And then I kind of made up my own font for the bit that says Minty Sketchbook by doing my regular handwriting in a thick sketch, and then with the liner I went around the sketch that I did to make the letters a bit thicker. A small detail that you might not have noticed is that I wrote Minty marker on my markers that I drew and also on the swatch sheets. It's like I have my own brand or something. There is no such thing as Minty marker. If I could, I would definitely make some, but that's not anytime soon, and I don't think you can really see that part. If you're looking at the banner on a phone, you can't see the bottom of the pen, so you can't see that I wrote that on them. But yeah, that's there, and I thought it was a cute detail. I think that some people struggle with getting the dimensions right for the channel banner, and that's why I use this little sheet. Every time I've made a banner, I've used this. You just search up channel banner dimensions on Google and this should come up, or you can just screenshot it, and basically it just helps you know which part is going to be seen so that you don't put your main logo or the words in somewhere that not everyone can see, because you can see the whole thing on a TV, I'm pretty sure, but if you're on a phone you can only see a small section of it, so that's where you're going to want to put most of the details. If you want to make a banner that you really love and you're not sure where to start, first of all, think of what your channel's about. Obviously, I just went with art supplies because my channel's about art, and it doesn't have to be that simple, but it can be. And also, color scheme is really important. For mine, there's not really a limited color palette or anything fancy like that, but I just used all the bright colors and a lot of mint, yellow, and pink because they're my favorite colors. So if you're stuck, just go with your favorite colors because you're definitely going to like the final product. You could also write your uploading schedule on it, like video out every Wednesday or something like that if you have a schedule. I know Mariah Elizabeth does this, and I used to do it, but I can never really stick to the schedule, so it was kind of misleading. But if you have a set schedule, it's a good idea to put it there so people know when you're uploading. By the way, the app I'm using is Ibis Paint X. I think that's what I'm going to use for all of my digital art from now on. If you want to do a banner like this, you don't have to draw it out like I am. You can use an app like PixArt or Canva. I think those two are pretty good for fonts and stuff, and you can just collage pictures or use a nice pattern that you like, and it can still look really professional, even better than drawing sometimes. So only draw it if you want to make something really unique that you can't do with an app like that, but it's probably easier if you want something simple, then you can go with one of those apps. So we're coming to the end of the channel banner section of this video, and it doesn't really show the final product for that long, so you can simply head over to my channel and look at the final product if you want to see it properly. And now we're moving on to the profile picture. I wasn't really sure about sketching on the iPad, so I took a picture of one of my sketches. This one was from the last video, and it's a sketch of Hazel because she does have a similar hairstyle to the one that I wanted to draw and a similar face, so I thought it would be helpful, and it definitely was. Although with an Apple Pencil I think I could sketch digitally now and it would still be as flowy as on paper. I decided to sketch in pink because firstly it's a lot nicer to look at than black, but also I was planning on doing a no liner kind of look, but then I completely changed my mind and went in for the liner, and that was the best decision ever because this line art is like the prettiest thing I've ever made, honestly. Like, I prefer the plain line art version without the color to the finished product, but I wasn't just going to use a like uncolored thing for my profile picture. But this thing, I just love it so much because you can see all the line variation and everything. It's just my favorite. So I've got a screenshot of the line art in my camera roll. And I guess if you want to like screenshot the line art yourself and color it for fun, I mean, feel free, as long as you don't like steal the drawing and take credit, you know, but I feel like that could be fun. After doing the line art, it was so much fun that I feel like I want to make a coloring book or something. I don't know how I can do that, but one day I will definitely do that because the line art was just so much fun for some reason. Although the colouring was fun too, because it was just really satisfying to use the pencil to fill everything in without just using the fill bucket tool. I think it's a lot more fun to actually colour it. And then after that, I went in for the shading. I didn't really know how to do this, and I watched a tutorial. I forgot who made it, but it was about how to colour stylized skin. So if you search up that, you can probably find the one that I followed, even though I didn't really follow it properly. I just watched it while I was drawing, and it ended up fine anyways. The brush that I used for most of the shading was Fade Watercolour Mix 2. I used the same one in the last video and it worked fine, so I just stuck with it, and I don't think I'll be switching to anything else unless I find a new process, although I don't know how much digital art I'll be doing after this now that I have an Apple Pencil. But right now I am kind of inspired, and that's why I made this whole channel makeover thingy. I wasn't even planning on making this a video, hence why I already put up the profile picture and banner, so it's not really a surprise or anything, but I realized that I have the footage of it because Ibis Paint automatically records everything that you do, so I thought I might as well do it since I'm on a school break. I want to upload a bit more content, even though this isn't the regular stuff. As you can see here, I tried to add some shading, but then I realized that from afar it didn't look very good, and it didn't really make any sense considering the sun was behind her and I was trying to do shading on the side of the face. So I didn't really want to complicate things and mess anything up, so I just went with some cheek blush and a lot of shading around the eyes to make them pop out a bit more. And now I take back what I said earlier about the line art being the most enjoyable part of this, because my favorite part was shading the hair, 100%. It was so fun, and previously doing digital art, I haven't really known how to shade hair. In fact, it's been the hardest thing, but somehow everything just worked well. I think the line art being a good base for it helped, and knowing which brush to use, I just started with the darker shaded parts and went to the light bits, and then I added little dots of highlights instead of anything harsh, and it just looks so smooth. My dad saw it and he said it looked like chocolate, which I would agree with. It reminds me of like a chocolate waterfall or something. When I was done, I duplicated the line art layer and I made one of them black, which it was already black, and then with the other one I made all the line art the color of the stuff that was inside it. That probably doesn't make any sense, but for example, I made the line art on the hair brown, the line art on the sketchbook pink, the line art on the jumper minty blue, and so on. You get the gist. I just did colored line art is what I'm trying to say, but I decided not to go with it because when I shrunk down the final image to the size it would be when I actually upload it onto my channel, you couldn't really see the details as much, and I wanted it to pop out a lot, so I kept the black line art that I had originally. Comment down below if you prefer this to the old one. Here are the shoutouts and the shoutout emoji. Bye!